We want to do that. I mean, yes, eventually, right? So, copy this, get a Invoke Despair back, play the Gloom Shrieker here, get a Meat Hook Massacre back, and then I guess we can just attack here. It doesn't really matter that much. Yeah. They're at 4 life points. I don't see a way out for them, to be honest. I think, you know, we've had a pretty good hold on this game so far. We also have a stupid big old stick fingers, so it's pretty good. Never ending Invoke Despair, by the way, but they do realize that, so that's game. Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. Today we are playing Jund Recursion. It's a standard best of 1 list with average converted mana cost 2.6, 18 non-creatures, 18 creatures, and 24 lands. Now, the deck, I've made the deck around the idea of just abusing the fact that we can have an endless cycle of some sorts, right? So we cast a card, our main card, Invoke Despair, and then end up getting it back and casting it again over and over and over and over. I think I've cast this card and only one single copy of this card, I think maybe 5 times in a single game. You can do that easily with the idea behind this deck. So let's get into it and I'll explain, you know, what the deck does and like how it works. So it's a Jund list with a minor splash of red, basically all Golgari except for the 2 red cards here. But it's pretty fun and it's very consistent. So the deck has some graveyard, a graveyard package, and also it has a recursion package. So the graveyard package is Death Bonnet Sprout, Willowgeist. Death Bonnet mills. Willowgeist gets value whenever something leaves the graveyard, so pretty good. We also have 2 spot removal with an Infernal Grasp for like a manland mainly, or something big that we can't kill with a Meat Hook Massacre. We also have our first recursion card, Shigeki. Pretty good card at ramps. It goes back to the hand and you can discard it later on and get X amount of cards from the graveyard. But non-legendary cards though. Then we have 3 Witherbloom Command. The card is very relevant now. It can kill a Bank Buster. It can kill anything with 2 mana value or less. Also, it helps mill. It helps fix our mana, and it gains you life and drains your opponent. And then we have 4 Meat Hook Massacre. Pretty straightforward. 4 is a must. We also have 2 Old Stick Fingers as a separate kind of win con within the deck. Extra reach, you know, helps fill our graveyard with creatures that we can get back later on. And then we have 3 Fable of the Mirror Breaker. It makes a creature, you know, that makes a treasure, discards cards, and also it can make you a copy of a creature. So I'll explain that later on in a bit. And then we have 2 copies of Gloom Shrieker. I barely saw this card getting any sort of play, but it plays so well within the theme of the deck. And then we have 2 Old Rutsteins. Fills up the graveyard, makes you a treasure, makes you a creature, makes you a blood token, so pretty good. Also 4 toughness is very relevant. And then we have 3 Ardent Elementalist. It says whenever it enters the battlefield, return target instant or sorcery card from your graveyard to your hand. Then we have 2 Culling Rituals and 4 Invoke Despairs. So the idea is to have a lot of black mana. You get to turn 5, you cast Invoke Despair, right? Once you cast Invoke Despair, you can then reoccur that by casting Ardent Elementalist. When you cast this card, it gets Invoke Despair back and you can cast it again. Now, you can copy the Ardent Elementalist with the Reflection of Kiki Jiki, get Invoke Despair again. The Ardent Elementalist dies, you cast a Gloom Shrieker, you get the Elementalist back, you get the Invoke Despair back again. Gloom Shrieker is in the graveyard, or you know, you don't have any way to get those back, you cast a Shigeki, right? You cast the Channel Effect, you get those cards back. You can even get an Invoke Despair back, an Elementalist back, and a Gloom Shrieker with only 1 card from, you know, Shigeki, which is very good. You don't have another thing, well, you know what, you have Takenuma here. Takenuma does pretty much the same thing. You channel this card, you get an Elementalist back. The Elementalist gets the Invoke Despair back, and over and over and over. It's endless recursion, right? It's pretty insane how the deck performed. I put it together as a just sort of a fun deck and kind of annoying to play against. It's really annoying to play against because this combo alone, the Elementalist and the Invoke Despair, is just such a pain, right? They have to get rid of the Invoke Despair. But the thing is, if they exile it from your graveyard with like a Hive or anything like that, you're running 4 in the deck. So it's not like it's the only copy that you have, right? So you can just draw another one or find another one in any way, or mill another one, and then just do it all over again, right? So it's just endless recursion. You just cast your creatures, you channel your effects, you get stuff back, and you cast them over and over and over. That's the idea behind the deck. The mill package here, or the graveyard package, is basically to just find our cards easier, and also just include some, you know, some fun cards that I've always liked to play. You know, when I look at Golgari, I just think graveyard as soon as possible, right? And I love the idea of these. I love Stick Fingers. I never played it enough. Honestly, it's not a super good deck for Stick Fingers, but at the same time, Stick Fingers can mill your Elementalist, it can mill your Gloom Shrieker, and you can get these back, right? Which is very good, and that's why Stick Fingers is here. So when you look at this deck, you see that each and every card here synergizes so well with each other, right? Each and every card. You obviously have Culling Ritual and Meat Hook Massacre as 2 separate cards, because these are cards that help us stall, right? In order for you to do this combo right here, you need time, all right? You don't have enough mana unless it's way later on in the game. You know, you only have 5 mana or 4 mana or 6 mana, so you need time, you need multiple turns, and these cards just help you stall as much as possible. Now, I don't know how the deck performs when it comes to control that much, but I think Invoke Despair and getting it back over and over can pretty much run over control. It's also super good against Planeswalker. It's not even a joke. And yeah, I mean, that's just the idea. You chump block if necessary. You can, you can make insects with Old Rustine if you're lucky. You can make a pretty big Death Bonnet Hulk. Your Will-O-Wisp can get pretty big as well. So you have, it's not just one thing that you're relying on within the deck. And I just hate having a single win con in the deck. No, the deck has a lot. If all else fails, you have your Stick Fingers you can attack, you have your big Will-O-Wisp you can attack. Obviously you can copy stuff and just make it endless. So you'll see within the gameplays have been insane. It's only 2 games because the games take such a long time. But it's 2 games, and the deck is just so much fun. Like, it's insanely fun. As soon as it gets going and you get the recursion back over and over, your opponent has no way out. No matter how much value they have within their deck, no matter how many cards they draw, eventually they're going to run out of value. Eventually, unless of course they find all the right answers, they counter everything, they exile everything from your graveyard, then it's kind of a pain. Farewell probably hurts you the most, because it exiles all the graveyards. But at the same time, that's what I'm saying, like, we're not really relying on the graveyard 100%, because you can get another Invoke Despair again, you can get another Elementalist and do it all over again, or you can get another Gloom Shrieker that gets like a Shigeki or something back, and then you can do it all over again. So it's not really over as soon as you get wiped or exiled or anything like that. So yeah, with that being said, the gameplays have been insanely fun. We outvalued 2 of really value explosive decks, and yeah, we're able to win, and it's been such a blast to play this deck. It's insane. It's joined the endless recursion. You can just endlessly cast Invoke Despair. So yeah, with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the gameplay. If you do, make sure you leave a like, subscribe to the channel. My goal is to reach 1,000 subscribers, and hopefully with you guys' support, I'll be able to do that. And yeah, I'll see you later with another video. Okay, bye. All right. I think this is a very good hand, so we'll keep. We've got removal. We've got tons of things going on for us here. Play that tapped. Playing against zombies, it seems like, which is pretty good for us. Yeah, let's do this right now. Kill that champion. Mill here. Kill the champion. Get this back, sure. We already have land in the graveyard, so that's pretty good. Shambling Ghast. Oh yeah, we definitely should have, you know, it was definitely the right move to kill the champion there. So do we go Fable here? I mean, sure. Yeah, let's go Fable here. See what we can do. Demir zombies. This should be fine for us. Headless Rider. Headless Rider is kind of a problem, right? Because it doesn't really matter if we wipe the board. I'm gonna discard this and probably this as well. Okay. This is a pretty good follow-up after we wipe the board, right? I mean, it has to be pretty good. So we've got... do we do the thing with the stick fingers here? I guess so. We've got Invoke Despair next turn. We've got Culling Ritual, but it isn't really going to do anything. But the question is, do we wipe the board before we get the Kiki Jiki here? Or do we do the thing with the stick finger? I guess. Let's just see how it goes. Maybe we need more creatures into the deck for stick fingers, right? No attacks. If they kill stick fingers, then we just wipe the board next turn. Yeah, they get so much value, but it's okay. Sure. Old Rotstein. So if we copy a stick fingers, do we get it as a 4/4? Think so, right? I mean, we just go -1 here, for sure. Yeah, and they get just a ton of they kill both of our creatures here, but they get a ton of zombies, which is fine. We'll follow it up with a Culling Ritual next turn. Possibly even an Invoke Despair. We do need to draw though, but we need to clear their board before anything. So they're deciding here on whether to kill our creatures or not. Yeah, that's okay. Lands, that's pretty lucky for us. But they're milling all the lands and they're at 3 mana. They decided to not kill anything. Yeah, we don't attack just yet. We just pass. Hopefully they don't spend their treasure so we can cast a pretty good Culling Ritual. Yeah, I mean, these cards, the Archghoul, the Headless Rider, are like the anti-board wipe cards for zombies. So it's pretty good for them. Another Archghoul, sure. Okay. So that is kind of bad for us, isn't it? I mean, all we can hope for is for them to like... yeah, that's pretty bad for us. I guess we just... Okay, what do we do? Let's play the old Rotstein here. Wait, it says non-legendary? Oh, yeah. Okay. That is my bad. So what do we do here? We just pass. We do need to draw desperately. I mean... casting an Invoke Despair? I don't know how to feel about that. They're just going to sacrifice a token zombie and get value as well. I guess it can be pretty good when they play like a Necro Duality, that one enchantment. Yeah, their graveyard is stacked. They can pick and choose pretty much, but... Deadly Dispute, sure. Okay. So they're getting value. They have another Archghoul. They're going to make a yeah, Champion of the Perished, sure. I want them to play the champion here. Champion should be a really good target. But I mean, Culling Ritual hurts us more than it does, you know, for them. Oh yeah, I keep forgetting. Willowgeist. So we attack with the stick fingers, we attack with the goblin shaman here, and yeah, because these are both going to die. So there's no point in keeping them. Yep. At least we got rid of one of their like 3 mana creatures. They're just going to keep milling their deck away, which is pretty good. Get another Champion of the Perished here. Do we wait to get another Undead Butler? Yeah, it's just never ending recursion on their end. So if we cast a Invoke Despair, is that good? I mean, it has to be, right? We just need to draw. We have to draw here. They sacrifice one of the zombies here. Oh, yeah, that's pretty good, right? With the Elementalist, we get to Invoke Despair again. That has to be pretty good. We've got 1, 2, 3. Play this on red. Yeah, that's pretty good. Let's see what happens here. We can just hold for as much as possible. Yeah, they can invest. That shouldn't be a problem for them. We still have a lot of Meat Hook Massacres in the deck, like 3 of them actually. Yeah, that's fine. They're just milling away. As much value as they're getting, they're still losing a lot, right? Because they're milling just so much. Yeah, they do the Fell Stinger thing on the Undead Butler. Yes, yes. Let them abuse that as much as possible. I'm fine with that. Sure. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2. Okay. Necroduality. So they do run that. They probably have one in hand, maybe? No, I think if they did, they'd play it before they play the Champion of the Perished. Just so they can get like really, really wide and really, really big. Okay, we get another champion. Play the champion, please. Play the champion. They did play the champion. Good. That's good. That's okay. That's fine. Yeah, they're gonna want to attack eventually. We can block with the insect here. We can chomp easily. Make another insect, sure. Sure. So their hand is stacked. They're at 19 cards. Let's... Okay, let's Culling Ritual. Let's do it like this. That's just helping me more to mill them, basically. Another Fell Stinger, sure. Yeah, they don't want to mill anymore. Because they do realize they're struggling at the moment. Cast Invoke Despair. Kill their Archghoul. Yes. These are some really good draws. Really good. So what can we get back? We can get back a Meathook Massacre. With the Gloom Shrieker here. Do we want to do that? I mean, yes, eventually, right? So, copy this. Get a Invoke Despair back. Play the Gloom Shrieker here. Get a Meathook Massacre back. And then I guess we can just attack here. It doesn't really matter that much. Yeah. They're at 4 life points. I don't see a way out for them, to be honest. I think, you know, we've had a pretty good hold on this game so far. We also have a stupid big old stick fingers, so it's pretty good. Never ending Invoke Despair, by the way. But they do realize that, so that's game. Alright. No removal. Well, except for Invoke Despair, but that's really like terrible removal. I mean, the card is not used mainly for its removal purposes. So, let's play this. Lands are good, obviously. We already have 3 black sources. Hunt for specimens. Okay. I think what we do here is we just play the Death Bonnet Sprout. Yeah. Play the Death Bonnet Sprout. Pass. Okay. So we've got the Elementalist into the Invoke Despair. But we have to cast the Invoke Despair first. It's good that we're playing against Mono Black. That means we can get rid of their Planeswalkers. They do attack here, but we don't care. We need the mill, obviously. That's fine. do they keep their... They don't. They keep a mana open, sure. Play another Death Bonnet Sprout. Play a land. Play a Willow Geist. And pass. Well, they have a pretty good Meat Hook Massacre here, which is terrible. But you know, what can you do? We're not milling fast enough. Yeah, they're at 8 cards in hand. 8 cards. Yeah, it's expected. Maybe we shouldn't have invested that much. That was definitely a misplay, but you know. At least we have a pretty good stick fingers, which is alright, I guess. Hive is going to be kind of a problem. Relatively big old stick fingers, but we need a 5th land badly. Because this is like a Loth turn, right? I mean, obviously. Unless they want to kill the stick fingers here, which buys us some time. Merchant is fine. Probably an eye twitch as well, or something like that. Nothing. Okay. So, we mill, and then we kill their Meat Hook Massacre. This way we can get a 5th land, which is pretty good. They do have a response here. Yeah, we get a 5th land, pretty good. Play that. And we have to attack. But they have a way of dealing with the stick fingers, right? Maybe it's just the Skullport merchant holding priority on the treasure. They probably do have a Blood on the Snow, but it doesn't really matter that much. Them blocking is telling us that they do have something next turn. Deadly Dispute, okay. Yeah. Sure. We end. We just pass here, so our graveyard is kind of stacked, which is very good. We can get Culling Ritual back. They have to get rid of the old stick fingers. You need an Infernal Grasp or a Blood on the Snow. But if they play Loth or a Sorin here, I mean, we have the perfect card for that, right? Invoke Despair. We have the mana for it as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah. Yeah, they play Blood on the Snow. That's fine by us. I mean, that has to be really good, honestly. Hunt for specimens. Okay, probably gets Mascot Exhibition. That's okay. Yep. They sacrifice the pest. They lose a total of 3 life points. Yep. We had to play the 6th land here, just so we can wipe the board after our mascot exhibition. Our Death Bonnet Sprout, if it only survives for 1 turn, it can flip and start exiling stuff from their graveyard. They have nothing for us to exile. Yeah, that's okay. They attack here. We go -4. Just attack with the merchant, opponent. We can also get a culling ritual back. They're not deciding to attack. Why is that? Yeah, I mean, hello? Yeah, we just have to force them to invest as much as possible. Obviously, their Blood on the Snow sucks at the moment because, I mean, they've got no Planeswalkers, but I'm pretty sure they're going to play a Planeswalker this turn. Yeah, they want to attack with the Hive. That's fine by me. I mean, hopefully they don't exile the Invoke Despair, so we can get it back with the Elementalist. But if they do, we can always get back a Culling Ritual, which is pretty good against black decks. Okay, let's see what they want to choose here. They'll probably go for the Invoke Despair. They probably have one of their own, right? But stick fingers. Sure. Sure. Nice. Alright, let's play an Elementalist here. And just hold up Infernal Grasp. Get an Invoke Despair again. If we drew a land, we could have, you know, played the Death Bonnet Sprout and the Infernal Grasp, and I mean, hold up the Infernal Grasp. But I mean, that was my plan. But at the same time, we have to keep in mind that they run just a ton of removal, right, within Meathook Massacre and Blood on the Snow. So over investing like that is not a good idea. Yeah, they take the draw. Sure. There are 6 cards. We're at 5. We're not losing a lot of value. We have all spells in hand, so pretty good. We have Recursion again. Which is fine. Yeah, that's okay. Kill that. I mean, that's why we run Infernal Grasp. That's okay. That's fine. I mean, our Hive dies, right? Which is... I mean, let's do it again. Let's draw some more as well. This is our draw card. They want to use their Field of Ruin. Oh my god, that's perfect. That is just perfect. We get a green source here. No problem. We play our hive after. That's perfect. Yep. They just don't know what to do with themselves. Just pretty funny. Yep. Nice. Look at these draws, bro. These are so good. With the Gloom Shrieker, we can get back pretty much anything. I mean, we can pick and choose. I'm not gonna run the Gloom Shrieker just yet. So we'll see. Like, we'll see what happens eventually, but they want to draw. It's pretty good. We attack here, play a hive, pass. Let's force them to use a board wipe, because it's about time for them to draw one anyway. Yeah, they got another Field of Ruin. Sure. I guess if I was to get something with the Gloom Shrieker, I would get another Elementalist back and keep getting the Invoke Despairs over and over. Or maybe get a Fable back as well. But I'm pretty sure they run their own Invoke Despair. They bought him too. Okay. Are they looking for another hive, maybe? I mean, this endless cycle has to be bad, you know, of us casting Invoke Despair over and over. Another Shambling Ghast, that's fine. Merchant. Merchant is okay. Okay, so we've got 1, 2, 3 red sources, 2 green sources. What we can do here... Do we save the Witherbloom command? I mean, what's our play here? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let's play this on black. I think play the Sprout and the Elementalist. Is that bad? Probably just play another Elementalist. Get that again. I'm gonna pass because they're going to sacrifice the Shambling Ghast and possibly kill the Sprout if we play it. And I don't need to invest. I'm gonna keep the Gloom Shrieker. Probably get another Elementalist after, you know, they wipe us. Also, I'm gonna keep the Witherbloom command in case of another Meathook Massacre. This way we can kill their Meathook Massacre as well. We just pass here. They probably want to take the draw. Or maybe activate Field of Ruin. That could be a thing. Yeah, they have to kill the hive, right? We can get the hive back with the Witherbloom command. But we're not really dying to get the hive back. Get a black source. Easily. I mean, we're just killing them easily with the Invoke Despair. We're just casting this over and over and over, right? It's such a nightmare. Like the Elementalist and the Invoke Despair combo. It's such a nightmare. And if they deal with this Invoke Despair, we have 3 more in the deck, so this is too easy. We can do this all day. They're not even applying pressure. They're not casting a Planeswalker or anything like that. So we can do this all day. Yeah, that's okay. You want to take the draw. That's fine. Where are your loaths? You're down to your 32 cards. Yeah, they want to attack here. Possibly wipe the board in a way. But that's fine. Do we take the block here? I mean, what's the point of keeping these, right? They've done their part. Yeah, I'm gonna block one. Force them to sack it. I guess not. I guess not. Yeah, it's fine if they kill both, like, it's whatever. You can always get them back. Another eye twitch, it's okay. Let's do it. Let's go for it. Yep. They possibly get a mascot exhibition, and if they do, I don't think we play anything on board. Just so we can wipe the board next turn. Oh, they didn't. Okay. Okay. So since they didn't, we play a Death Bonnet Sprout. Pass. Okay. So we don't have the thing anymore, but we are going to. Yeah. They want to gain that life because they're losing life rapidly, which is good by us, or good for us. Yeah, you know, anyway. We're going to start exiling stuff soon, if they don't deal with the Death Bonnet Sprout. Our hand is still stacked. They're struggling to apply pressure here. We're just chilling, seriously. Like, we're just, you know, sitting back and relaxing. Next turn, though, I'm probably going to get an Elementalist back. Another Merchant. I mean, they just do nothing. They just draw for nothing. What's the point if you're not applying pressure? How do you win? Where are your Sorens, your Lols? And what are they keeping in that hand? Okay, they attack. We're not going to take the block for sure. Come on, opponent. Maybe they run only one mascot exhibition. They're not attacking. That's very interesting. Yeah, we mill a card. We mill a card. Shigeki. Alright, let's play Gloom Shrieker here. Get an Elementalist back. One, two, three, four, five, six. Play an Elementalist. Get a Invoke Despair back again. This is pretty fun. I'm enjoying this deck a lot. It's so annoying to play against, I bet. It's insane. I would lose my mind if I was playing against this deck. Pass. Or, yeah, I mean, they take the block, right? So just pass. It's time for a board wipe on their end, so... We also have Shigeki. We can discard Shigeki, get an Elementalist back to get an Invoke Despair again. Or we can get a Gloom Shrieker back, get an Elementalist, get an Invoke Despair, and so on and so on. I mean... But, it says target non-legendary card. Yeah, Gloom Shrieker is not a legendary card. They take the draw. I mean, the more they wait, the better for us. Also, it's so good for us to not overinvest. It's crazy. We're just always having gas, right? We're always having things to play. You know, we're never running out of gas. Junji, what can Junji get? Junji can have his discard, right? Discard 2 cards. Discards 2 cards and loses 2 life. Okay, so Junji's pretty bad for us, right? What do we discard for Junji? I mean, probably the Witherbloom commands. Shambling Ghast. Do we wipe the board? Junji has to be pretty bad for us, right? Okay. All right. We exile. Probably exile an eye twitch. Let's see what else though. Yeah, probably an eye twitch. Nice. Nice. We can get a creature back, like an Elementalist. So we don't wipe the board here. We just invoke Despair again. Junji is pressure. On the Gloom Shrieker? Fine. So Gloom Shrieker gets exiled. That's okay. That is fine. Okay. Pass. They're going to start attacking with the Junji here. But I think on their turn, we're going to do the Takenuma thing. Get a Elementalist back. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you can get an Elementalist back and get Invoke Despair again. Should be very, very interesting. Yep. So 1, 2, 1, 2. Yeah, that's okay. That's fine by me. I think they're planning on blood on the snow. Getting the Junji back again. We haven't even drawn the other 3 Invoke Despairs. We still have a Culling Ritual, Old Rutstein, another Gloom Shrieker, 2 Fables, 1 Stick Fingers. Man, we just have so much. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine, buddy. That's fine. Get a Junji back. We kind of have to do something about the Junji, right? Yeah. Sure. Yes. I'm fine with that. So I think we're gonna do the thing with the Takenoma, because I would like to pay a lot for the Shigeki so we can get a lot of cards back from the graveyard, right? At least stuff that we need. So I don't mind the milling here. Let's get Elementalist. Has to be, right? Yeah, has to be the Elementalist, sure. Old Rutstein. Let's get the Elementalist here. Let's get Invoke Despair. Cast Invoke Despair. Man, I mean, we've cast this card over and over and over. It's been insane. We're down to 19 cards. They can't kill us on time. I don't think so. We can still discard the Shigeki or the other Takenoma here. We got Old Stick Fingers. That's funny. And that's game. And that has been pretty fun.